Hello everyone, Alexa Dunn here, and I am bringing you a writing update about not writing, hence the title. So it's been 10 days since I filmed my last writing update, and as you may know, I am participating in Camp NaNoWriMo for the month of July. I am trying to, get a good start on the first draft of my second book, and I'd say I have accomplished that, but funny thing about the last 10 days, I have only written words on 2 of them. So this is all about when you can't write for whatever reasons and why you're going to be okay. So essentially, the day that I filmed my last update, that was a Tuesday, and I actually put in the description of that video that, hey, I wrote like 505 words after I filmed this video, yay, and I did. And as I mentioned in that video, Comic-Con was coming up, and it did. I went to Comic-Con last weekend, but in the days leading up to it, so the Wednesday and the Thursday, I didn't write, and on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday of Comic-Con, I definitely didn't write, and then on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, after when I got back, I also didn't write, and then last night, Thursday, today is a Friday, I did write yesterday, but I almost didn't. I had actually decided, you know what, I'm gonna film a video about not writing. I wonder if I'm gonna write today. And then I did. So that's good. It's like I can bookend, writing, not writing, not writing, not writing, writing. But I wanna talk about why I didn't do any writing and why honestly it's okay. And that if you aren't doing any writing, that it's also completely okay. Sometimes there are just reasons that we can't get words on the page or that our time and our energy is best spent not writing. So one big thing for me has been that my day job has really been ramping up. So I have a full-time job. I work every day from 9:30 to 6 p.m. It's a marketing job, and so sometimes it can really take a lot of my creative reserves and my energy because I do have to be creative at my job. Not all the time, but some of the time. And when you have to be creative and organized and on in your day job, it can become incredibly challenging to be creative and organized and on in your off time, in your writing time outside of work. And I have had times in the past where I couldn't write anything because work was too crazy. And this last week has been that time, and honestly, it's going to continue. It's going to continue next week. Maybe not the whole month of August, but probably a nice chunk of it. And then I know realistically that my September and my October are going to be crazy cakes. So I'm probably going to be writing at a snail's pace. This draft is probably going to take a little while, but I do have time, so that's okay. But when I am stressed at work, when I come home, I just can't ramp myself up to do my daily writing. I've talked about my writing habit before. I get home from work, I eat dinner, I let myself watch a little bit of television, and then I try to turn off the TV and everything at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. at the latest and get my daily words in. And some days that's just not gonna happen, especially because I have other responsibilities. I also have a freelance job. I do college essay advising and I enjoy it, and I've had a lot of client work and I'm going to continue to have a lot of client work, so it's just very interesting to juggle things. But also I'm actively drafting, but the book that's coming out next year isn't done. There's still behind the scenes stuff to do. I've done my content edits and my line edits, but I got my copy edits 2 days before I went to Comic-Con right after I filmed that video. So I also have going through my copy edits on my agenda. So I'm having to switch between functions. So I've got day job, freelance job, copy edits, drafting, plus, talking to friends, filming YouTube videos, editing YouTube videos. So what I've done for the last 10 days is I've said to myself, I'm still doing work in the evenings, but it's not necessarily drafting. But if I get at least 1 or 2 pieces done a day, that I can forgive myself for not drafting. So the days that I haven't been drafting over the last 10 days, I've done other things on those days. I've worked on my essay clients, I've edited a YouTube video, I've, worked on my copy edits, what have you. So I'm feeling pretty zen about it all. So Zen in the art of not writing, hence the title. And And yeah, but I'm glad that I wrote yesterday. Yesterday I wrote 521 words, so I made my minimum and I got my star sticker. And I don't know if I'm going to write today. I have some essay client work to do, and I don't know how much I'm going to write this weekend either. I need to properly dig into my copy edits. I have a little over 2 weeks to do them, but I'm over more than a week into having gotten them. So really I have a tick over a week to do them. And I really want to do the due diligence of going through those, because this is my last real opportunity to make changes on the books. Essentially, the copy edits I'm doing right now are so that you can get ARCs. I'm going to have ARCs in the fall, in September or October, and I'm excited because I'm hoping to give some away on this very channel. But yeah, it's all the behind the scenes, you have a book coming out stuff. Happens concurrently with, and you have to write your next book, and you need your day job to pay your bills, and I do the freelance work because I like it. I do get paid for it, and it's nice. It's like my nice little side hustle, but I also just genuinely enjoy it. Plus all of the other things. So this has been your Zen in the Art of Not Writing update. I haven't really been writing, and I feel okay. I'm gonna come out of Camp NaNoWriMo with, right now I'm at 11,000 words. You know, if I come out of it, because we've got a couple more days left, with 12,000 words, 13,000 words, I'm gonna feel pretty accomplished. But even if I don't, I feel very good about how much I've already done. So yeah. And however, I do hope the next time I film a video, I can tell you, oh, I had this amazing spurt of inspiration, and I wrote a ton of words and I made a ton of progress, because it would be nice. But I promised you realism, so we're gonna see how this goes. So how is your drafting going? I know some of you are doing Camp NaNoWriMo, or you're drafting your books outside of that, or you're revising. How are your books going? Are you being nice to yourself? Have you hit a slump, stumbling blocks? What's it like balancing your writing with your day job? Like, let's talk about it in the comments. We're here to support each other and get through the insanity of writing books.